Boys, good morning. 10:30 a.m. or 8:30 London time. A bit late, but we are still. I think it's 8:30. But we're still there. Trading is risky. We are trading is risky. Don't invest any money for you can afford to lose. You might lose money every day. I lost money yesterday. I don't care because I can deal with it. If you can't, get out of here. But if you want to be looking into trade setups, understanding what the market does, why it does, how it does, when it does it, well, there you go. You are in the right place. Today we are going to leave where we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. We are going to explain yet again how the FOMC worked, what it did, and how we can benefit from it more than anything else. So yesterday was a successful stream. I think we had a good time. I think we did well. And I think that you, as well as me, did enjoy yourselves. Now, if you are out here today and you're like wondering what is going on, mate, yeah, this is what's going on. So, welcome anyone who is here already. Please give your pairs in the comment section if you want me to cover any pairs. If you don't have anything to say, just give it a smile, just give it a like. After I have given you some value, and I'm going to give you value in a couple of 2 milliseconds, I am just going to double check my emails so I don't do anything bad. So I do everything I am supposed to be doing. Hello, TK. How are you this morning? Ska vi se. There is that one. Okay, cool. So that is that one. Now, I made a poll. I have a Discord channel. I made a poll this morning as to should I do a live stream, and people are like, "Well, you should." 16 said yes, 0 said no, and 1 said I don't have time. That is okay. You don't have time all the time, every time. I also posted a link to my mentorship. It is for those who has been asking for it. There's been multiple people. And it's the last day. No, there was the last day at the time, and then I opened it up today only. So you have to take that price before I feel like, well, I don't want to have that price anymore. So it all comes down to my laziness. That is how long that price is going to be available. It is $150 down. I don't know what is it. Is it 30% off or 40% off? I don't know what it is. You do the math. I'm not here to milk you. I'm here to help you. Why does it cost money? Because it's my time, and I don't have enough time now, so I need to put a price on it. It was free at some point in life, actually. Yeah. So that is that one. Second, the third one. What do you think about me eating on stream? Stop right now. You don't need food. You need food, mate. You need the energy. I don't care. I'm actually going to give you that poll today as well here, just to make sure that we have some interactions today as well. Create a poll, ask a question. That was fair enough. Stop it. See, you need food. Add option. What was the other option? The other option, do whatever you want. Whatever you want. I am going to start creating content soon. Just worry, don't leave yet. I don't care. For the update on Manny from yesterday, he was very happy about the $100 that he got yesterday. I've actually not sent that money because he didn't. Well, we come to an agreement. He didn't want the actual money. He wanted that as a contingency towards the or the reduction in the price of my mentorship. That is okay. He mentioned himself. He did his own decision there. I think that is okay. That is also okay, by the way. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to take that away from you. That's why I don't have it. I can't prove that I've sent anything because I haven't. So you always will receive the prize, no matter what. No, you always receive the prize. I will never hold it from you. And there's also Cypher. I'm still waiting for him to contact me because he won the previous one. So let's go through the chat. Hello, TK. Hello, Kasasa. Hello, Aga. Hello, Abaz. Rafael, Kalman, Caden, Manny, Wesley, Tomeo, Christos. Well, he's having no he's having no time today. Can we enter this trade now with my last $80? We will look into that. Good morning. We don't want you to sleep. Hello, Manny, from Aga there. What else? CHF rate decision. Yes, we're gonna go through that as well. CHF pairs, because it is rate decision today, or it has already happened. I'm gonna go over that as well. Did you sell Aussie dollar again? I'm gonna leave that to imagination. Do whatever you want to like, man. We have family out here. Nah, Christos, come on, mate. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Okay. The thing is, it's polite to say hello first. But if you don't, I don't care. Good vibes, mate. I know, but Christos, the thing is, you are very much welcome to say whatever, not whatever you want, but you are very much welcome here today. I'm not going to be angry at you at all. I'm a good guy. I'm not here to make any. Who did we want there? There we went. Okay, so it's totally up to. Okay, we can look at the XY then. Okay, what about it? Where is it? Settings. No, it's not settings. It's quality. How to trade? How you execute this trade on Aussie dollar? Oh, look at it. Okay. USC entry. So first of all, second of all, third of all, yesterday we had the FOMC meetings, and I'm going to give you a couple of emails to go through, a couple of emails I've gone through, so we can all go through that together. I think ING is the best one for you to look at, to be honest. That's what I felt like today. You're welcome. Good day, Cyril. Good day, mate. Oi. So let's go through this one. Federal Reserve increased rates by 75 basis points and has signaled willingness to maintain the pace of tightening at July. What I did on the XY, I just said it's bullish. I confirmed it's still bullish, so we can still continue buying dollar. The Fed funds rate will, by the end of the year, be above 3%, which is already on the countdown here, which is already mentioned here a couple of times. This is the market pricing in what interest rates they believe is going to be happening for each meeting. And for the 14th of December 2022 meeting, there is 41% rate, 41% chance for a 3.5 to 4.75 rate hike by that time. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's nice today, but okay, fair enough. So, that is that one. So, then rising recession risks means that rate cuts will be the agenda for the summer 2023. As mentioned yesterday, that they are looking into cutting interest rates in 2024. Interesting, eh? Anything? Can I share my Aussie setup? Absolutely, yes, you can. If you go to my Discord, mate, that's what I would love to do. If you go to Discord, I will give you the link soon. In Discord, there is this channel here called Send Chart for Stream here. So you can send your chart and I can post it and I can use them in the stream, okay? So if you go to Discord, where's Discord? You guys have a link to the Discord? Yeah, I think you're linked to Discord. If you don't have a link to Discord, I will find it. It's not there anymore. Oh, okay, I'll find it. The link is kind of here, and then we go there, 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 and then we go free Discord, and then you go there, and then Bob's your uncle, mate. Zero. I don't know if you are But can you check it? I don't know if you were supposed to buy this next using the link. If you were and you're going to, can you please give me the feedback if you do? I'm not going to say you should do. I'm just going to say if you do, give me a feedback if it worked. That would be great. I'm still waiting for feedback there. Yeah, I want you to have it in a specific place, mate. That's fine. After implementing the first 50 basis points in May, now they follow up by first 75 basis points in 1994. What is the reason for dollar falling yesterday? Was because the Fed was a bit less aggressive for July. They were like, well, we're going to discuss 50 and 75. We're going to be somewhere in between. So that is kind of like Hassan. Okay. It should be working now. It should be working now. So Hassan says, brother, I don't have enough money with me to sub for the paid group, but I'm happy I found you yesterday from trading app. Someone share your YouTube live. Glad I found you. Thanks with the love. You do not have to pay anything if you don't have money at all. I'm not here to sell things. What I'm here to do, bro, then you have to go the free route. The free route is you need to do the job. I will tell you what to do. If you ask me what to do, and I will tell you what to do, and then you will do the job, and then you will be better off. You don't need to. I'm just saying for those who has asked for it. You have to be interested, and you have to be able to pay for it without it hurting you, without it being like that is your last money. It's a service, not a CPR. Oh yeah. So the new forecast signals that pace of policy tightening will remain intense over the few next month. That they see fund rate at 3.4 by the end of the year. Last time was 1.9, which was also another fall to downside. It's already priced into the market, with it 3.4 in 2024 and 2.5 in the long run. Even the least hawkish FOMC member have the Fed funds rate ending at above 3% by the end of the year. The compliance statement and underscores the shift that the Fed now has to strongly committed to getting inflation down to below 2%. So there was one guy this morning that asked me, what did you ask me, bro? I'm not going to say your name. Good morning, Ivan. With the Fed rise by 75 basis points, dollar drops significantly and stock market rise. Market has been priced in quite a lot, and that's why it was reducing its expectations, because the Fed wasn't that strong according to expectation. Okay. Thank you later, mate. Good day, mate. Good morning. Good morning, Jobs. I was supposed to go through to see. Let's see. Where are you? Where was I supposed to read the message there? Yeah. And of course, I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. The Fed is expecting to increase interest rate by another 75 to 0.5% in July. With this hawkish tone, while the market already priced in 75 basis points, so that is a reduction in expectation. With this hawkish tone, it's a bit more bearish than I wanted. So I disagree with the hawkish tone there. Why the stock market rise? Dollar dropped. Because of the above mentioned reasons. I would expect dollar to rise, stock market to be down. However, they all are doing the opposite. Defies the logic. Can you explain this? It's not really. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to teach you something here, Mister. Okay. The thing here is that once you pull a string of something, I don't have a string right now. So if you pull a string pretty far, you saw the market falling pretty hard on the other day. When you pull that string pretty hard, when you let go, it's gonna smack back, right? So people took profit. People got what they wanted. People got the rise in dollar, and then it paused because they took profit. Now the thing here is, here's the thing. It's that the market went so far ahead of pricing in interest rate hikes that that it had to have a breather. So you can kind of look at it as confirmation that you were right about the direction. But yeah, that is that. What is your expectations for today's GDP interest rate, mate? I will go through that later. So it's not kind of defies your logic per se, but it's kind of like you need to understand what is normal market. Well, I want to teach you what is normal market move. A normal market move in this situation wouldn't be a 200 pip move. A normal market move in this direction would have been something like that instead. So since we went so aggressive, the market is like, oh, hold on, okay? Hold on. That's why you see those peaks sometimes. Okay? So just to have that in mind that when you go too extreme, market will pull back. And I did sell the pullback yesterday, and I think that is kind of a still an understanding of what the market does. You need to be a bit more. You need to be finessed about it. You need to try to understand their psychology. In what position are people in right now? When are they going to continue? And that is a learning process of understanding the market psychology there, because they all make the same humanly mistakes and human decision as to, are we still on the right path? Are we still moving? So people are screaming about Swissy on in my chat. I can see. Ooh, wait. So I would like you to take notes of what has happened. I would take notes that one, market went extreme before the meeting. Fed did disappoint a bit, and then you had the pullback, and now the markets continue to fall again. So just take that as a learning point, what has happened, and make that into your database and say that is how the market moves. So you can move same way later on, so you don't get surprised. But it's all an experience every single time. Hello, Joe. Good morning.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can at least. So,
Alrighty. Man, I am. I was actually trading the Swiss franc.
you were.
Oh my god, I went long Swissy yen. CHF JPY. Yeah.
Why?
Well, because my system told me to. I was like, oh, I'm going to take some trades, tonight, in preparation for the end of the week. I have my end of week trades here on Wednesday. And I was just taking my end of week trades, and I just totally forgot that the Swiss National Bank was having their meeting like 15 minutes later after I put on all my trades. I go ahead and I open my phone, and I hear ding, 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 ding. And it's just all of my trades are being executed in like the span of 5 minutes, and my phone explodes as I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah. Nias SMB, that's a surprise one. They haven't moved that interest rate for a long time. I barely care about them because
and
they never
moved
do
it
anything.
50 basis points too.
Yeah, but they were negative 75 though, so they have somewhere to go from.
You got the report?
They are rock bottom.
Because they put like all sorts of stuff in their policy, in their most recent report. You can find it in the outlooks. It's the most recent thing in the outlooks.
Okay.
It's the PDF.
Okay.
Oh no, it's right there. Also on Financial Juice, SNB
Where?
Monetary Policy Assessment. Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah, and this is why they went, and I got it up on my screen here too. Now it starts on page 2, when they say since March, that's kind of their significant reasoning here is the
Okay.
Ukrainian war.
You can read, I can eat.
Alrighty. So since March, there has been a further considerable and broad-based increase in inflation in many countries. The war in Ukraine has been a significant factor here too, in that the prices of many commodities have risen as a result. Oil, gas, fertilizer, important stuff. In addition, persisting supply bottlenecks have led to further price increases for various goods. Let's see here. So now they just keep talking about increases of prices for energy and food and how that's going to gradually lead to higher inflation. So they go off and say this scenario for the global economy is subject to significant risks. So this is why they're hiking. For example, inflation could rise further. All right. I'm just going through this as quickly as possible because markets are still moving. Let's see here. Oh, unemployment. This is what all the major, most important readings. The most important thing right now for every single major country is their unemployment metric. That's the single most important thing because this is when we can figure out when inflation is going to peak. See, if people are still literally, here's the theory right now. If people are still maximally employed, they will continue to generate an income and maximally spend according to that income. We actually need people to get unemployed so that then they spend less. It's not just enough for prices to go up. You need to have people become unemployed. That's the going theory. You actually need to induce a recession, get the unemployment rates up, and then about 2 months later, 2 CPI readings later, you'll get your peak.
Yeah.
And then from there you can build from there.
Yeah, that's the problem with what do you call it, with not market theory, not communism, capitalism, because there is an inherent way that somebody will always be unemployed because there has to be competition over jobs, and there has to be a dip for it to be a peak kind of thing. You have to have the good, you have to have the bad for the to have the good. But what is two things I want to mention here? First of all, this comment is very funny. They are now ahead of ECB. ECB is like, well, you're going to, and then SMB comes in and gotcha. Because I didn't see this coming, by the way. I don't, maybe I haven't read enough reports, but I haven't seen this coming in a long time.
Neither did I. I mean, I never pay attention to SMB meetings. I never pay attention to SMB meetings. I was just trading the Swiss because it was the trade I had in my signals. Yeah. I didn't know this was going to happen 15 minutes later.
It looked like a bunch of idiots here. And the other part is Swissy. Also, the Swiss National Bank has fought the market for Swissy to be weak.
Yeah,
and this is just making Swissy incredibly strong, at least for the short term. Because I don't know how well positioned people were for this one, but for me now I'm like, okay, we got demand for Swissy then. One other thing else. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so confirmation. Cyril says that the Season X is working. Finally. Send chart for stream. Someone's asking for that. That's also Dollar. Okay, we can talk about that later. So yeah, okay. So I guess they had inflation, hadn't paid attention, and for 2022, they think the growth should be 2.5. Okay, that's pretty reasonable growth. But yeah, now we need to put those people as well on the radar. What do you think could have led? What do you think could have led to this? Also, why? What made Swissy all of a sudden start increasing interest rates?
Oh, there's a pretty good. See, there's a commentary coming out from guys at the Swiss National Bank that isn't in the monetary policy report coming down the wire on Financial Juice. So, and Financial Juice has like only 4 or 5 posts about it. So they mention the war in Ukraine. They mention higher energy prices. They mention supply bottlenecks. Let's see here. Yeah, the main thing is inflation. Now, the reason why they're hiking effectively now, in all seriousness, is to induce that higher unemployment. Now, the expectation is that the goal, by the way, is for unemployment levels generally, at least in the United States, for the United States' metrics, to hit like 4 to 5% unemployment. And there's actually a ticker in TradingView on unemployment metrics. You just type in unemployment, and then it's the unemployment rate. It's the very, very first one.
And right.
Yeah, and you view it on a monthly scale. And you got to turn off the indicators because indicators will make it load weird.
Yeah, there's nothing on now.
Yeah, so we're currently sitting at 3.6, and I was seeing reports saying that we probably need to hit 4.5 or something, somewhere between the range of 4 and 5, and maybe above 4.5 over the next 3 quarters. So third quarter of 2022, which we're currently in, fourth quarter of 2022, and then the first quarter of 2022. We want unemployment to peak in the first quarter of 2023, and then in the second quarter of 2023, we ideally want inflation to peak.
Mm-hmm.
So generally, whenever you're going to get your peak in unemployment, you're probably going to get your peak in inflation about a month later. But then you got to deal with the unemployment problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is just horrible policy. Like, in order to fix your inflation, you have to force people to be unemployed. You can't just...
Yeah, that's popular. That's popular. Oh, you're gonna lose your job? Oh, who was it? Oh, the Fed one did it.
Yeah, you can't just fix all of our supply chain problems, Biden. You can't just open up all the wells that you shut down, the Key XL Stone pipeline. That'd make oil a lot cheaper. That'd bring down the energy prices like that.
Yeah, it's actually the same thing as in Norway. It's pretty funny though, but people are crying like, you guys should reduce the taxes on our gas prices. It's Labor, and it's what is the other one? They are very environmental friendly party. Are they going to lower the price of fossil fuel? No, of course not. They're not going to do that. So it's kind of the same thing, like, policy or whatever the policy the government has, or the central bank for that matter, in general. Also, politics, it's not really for the benefit of the people. It's just whatever their models or whatever their beliefs or whatever their beliefs are, that should be the best for the greater good of everyone. And for everything that has been all the price has been rising, the government's like, well, just live with it. Also, are you starting to feed yourself? Okay, live with it. Get a better job. I don't know, do something.
Yeah, it's backwards. It's total backwards thinking, right?
It's like, we don't care. We'll do whatever you want. Figure yourself out. You will be fine.
Oh my god, I'm up 200 pips right now on this shit.
You should have told me, mate. Just give me a call like, Evan, Swissy yen, get it.
Dude, I was just putting on the trades as like something that I'd hold just for like the next 3 or 4 days into the end of week probabilities for the pivots.
Okay.
I mean,
you'll lose some and you win some. That's all.
Oh my god, man. Oh, yeah. Also, there's something on your watch list that'll make looking at it a lot easier. You see those 3 dots in the top right? Click on that and add just the change, not just the percentage change. Add the normal change. Yeah, and then it'll actually give you the numeric absolute number.
Yeah,
difference.
numbers.
Yeah, because that way you can actually see, it's not just 0.2% move. it's a 100 pip move, right? It's 150, it's a 50, it's a 20 pip move.
Yeah.
So you can just look at that, see how much it moved, and be like, wow.
Anything? Where did you take your analysis? I was about to put it up, but I can't find it anymore, mate. But yeah. Okay, fair enough. Okay, no, I can't find it anymore. Yeah, okay, so that was a trade I should have taken. Okay, whatever. Okay. Well, I didn't know, so I didn't plan for it, so I can't take it. That's kind of the lesson there. If you don't plan for it, don't cry over it, because it's just spilled milk anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I lucked into that trade. Right, it just so happened that the Swiss National Bank meeting happened to be at the same time I finished taking all of my trades, because I never pay attention to SNB meetings. But now I think I've learned my lesson. And I mean,
Yeah.
I get emails from the SNB anyway. It's just I usually don't focus on the Swiss franc. But now I think I'm going to
start
'cause-
paying a bit more attention. But
Mhm.
also, my attention span is like it can only go so far in terms of how many things can I really cover at any given time. Somebody asked about euro pound. Is it over, or I missed it? I don't know what you missed, bro. I don't see any trade setups, so just watching for it to go long. Yeah, that is definitely a Monday trade, and now it's definitely gone. More than anything else.
Wow.
Let's see. Well, that's the problem with euro pound, Mike. Is it does up and downs.
I got something on euro pound. I mean, 60% of your lows occur between M2 and S1 next week.
M2 and S1. So
yeah,
somewhere
60% of your lows historically occur in that zone.
So it should actually be a seller here more than anything else.
No, that's where your low for the week comes in. That's where
you can
bottom.
target the lows, and then you can buy the back up from there. Okay, so if
you
it goes
can
down
buy
there, you start looking for buys around 85 at this point.
Now
85,
given
50, 85.
60% of historical lows occur in that area.
Yeah.
That means 40% of all the other lows are further down.
Yeah.
Now, given the bias is already short pound, I think that'd be a pretty high confidence thing. So the idea for euro pound is if you missed the trade last week, because the trade to actually be long euro pound was last week, and then you took an exit because we just rallied to R3 this week, then the next point of interest would be next week in that zone for a range trade entry. Yeah. Also, I went short on Aussie dollar.
On what?
Aussie dollar. I was short.
Oh, really? So you got money on that one too?
Yeah, I was short at 70 flat.
You shorted Aussie dollar at 70?
Yeah. 0.7.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you said dollar, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense with price, your direction, the analysis, anything. I was like, nothing.
No, again,
made sense,
these are end of week trades. So
more than anything else. More than anything else.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. So if anything, I don't know, pull back up to 70. I don't know if that's what something you like, but that's definitely
a possibility, especially for the day.
Yeah, and that's also tomorrow's sell, though. So yeah, let's see if we can got that right. Yeah, I got that right. Okay. Yeah, I just put a limit order there at 70, mostly for tomorrow, but we shall see if it hits today. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Then I don't care. So good trade there. What is the end of the week? What is the end of the week trades?
Oh, end of the week trades are when you just go and take a trade in the middle of the week that only go to the end of the week. Literally, that's it. It's if you put on a trade at the end of the last week, beginning of this week, and you got out of it in like went on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then your end of week trade is just trading the last 2 or 3 days of the week. Yeah.
MTB says he's long USD yen. You have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I know there's pips in there. I really cannot agree on buying in that market. And at what point do you know when you should be out? First of all, that is an okay. That's okay trade. That is like, okay, we don't have any higher highs. Okay, now we got a higher high. Okay, cool. Now we go back to the same low again. And okay, made a new higher high. Come back to the same low again. That is definitely a 1,000,000% leave it. I would even say here in retrospective that it's not really worth it anymore. Because what I do in a range, if it comes up there, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Uptrend potential. If it goes up to the same high, first red flag, second red flag is the second low. The second low the second low doesn't break lower. And if it then, and also that is a get out price more than anything else. And then if it does do that, then you are only paying money to your broker more than anything else.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a range here.
Yeah.
Now,
it can always break higher, can always break lower, can always do what you believe should happen, but that is not how I would like you to trade, because I would say it's almost 50-50 at this point, just technically at the moment.
Yeah, there is a big risk factor actually specifically for the next trading day. So the next trading day starts in about 12 hours, 13 hours from now on the dollar yen. And tomorrow is seasonally is the most negative trading day by expected value. So tomorrow is the trading day that you're most likely to have actual negative returns of the entire month on a single day. Also, the momentum finally goes negative for the first time the entire month seasonally, typically tomorrow on dollar yen. So there are some historical seasonal risk factors to take away from being long dollar yen right now.
Yeah.
I don't see the trade long, at least. There's just too much risk, especially when you have Bank of Japan coming out and possibly also changing their risk tolerance. I mean, literally, you can't just have the Bank of Japan trying to hold up the funding for all the risk assets in the world right now. It's just not doable. And it's not a crazy idea to try and be long Japanese yen going into the Bank of Japan meeting. It's not a crazy idea.
Yeah.
I mean, look what just happened with the Swiss franc.
Surprise!
And then look what happened with the FOMC, right? It's just been back to back to back after every single central bank meeting this week. And guess what what the trend is also is that it's the Fed, the Swiss National Bank, and the Bank of Japan. These are the three major funding currencies that we trade against. They're all having their central bank meetings today. And maybe we go 3 for 3 as far as appreciation in the currency of in the order of the central bank rate hike. So we just got to kind of wait and see if the Bank of Japan comes out with a hike. So I don't know. Would you say stick to the squawk on that and stuff like that, or no? It's gonna get kind of risky, man, over these next 2 days.
Yeah. Adnan has been begging us to do euro, dollar, and gold. And he said, "How do I attract your attention? A jungle dance?" Okay. Yeah, what's the clue here though? Well, Eurodollar went higher yesterday. And also we had this scare from ECB saying that had an emergency meeting, and I was like, red alert. I didn't act upon it, but when a central bank when a central bank has a express meeting, or not express meeting, but unannounced meeting, all of a sudden, then alarm bells goes off in my head at least. Nothing came out of it, and then we had Fed in the meet. Then you have FOMC in the evening yesterday, would made it go back higher again, but now it almost looks like Eurodollar is trying to go lower, but more anything else, a range. So the only way I can also say, I can't remember who it was. Was it MTB yesterday that had a sell there yesterday at around 4104.80? I think that was pretty good. Let's see if we can find it. I'm not going to share your screen to everyone, but I'm just going to confirm WW in Discord. So you should actually be still fine in that trade, to be honest. So yeah. What's your take here?
I'll tell you, I would not want to be long euro at all. There's very little confidence in the central bank to actually maintain its monetary policy. It's just, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm not long euro right now. But I am up on a trade that has euro involved in it.
So anything right now is only short euro dollar.
Oh man, I mean,
so there's no hope for those 70 my FX book for those. I think it's like 70 80% of retail traders trading Eurodollar is currently buying it of some sort, and they're currently 368 pips averagely in loss.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen. I don't bother with retail positioning stuff. There's a lot of noise in that. There's a lot of noise in that data.
The point was to talk to those Eurodollar buyers more than anything else. It wasn't necessarily to use that for anything.
Yeah, man. When it comes down to, I mean, think about it this way. The entire economy of Europe is essentially under attack by Russia, essentially. And they're having massive inflation, and then globally massive inflation. And against all the funding currencies, dollar, Swiss yen, everyone's on a knife's edge about them hiking faster than expected. And then now we're seeing this week hikes are coming in faster than expected. And there's still people wondering if the ECB is going to do anything. We might see the ECB become more accommodative than the Bank of Japan by Friday. And what do you think that's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to the currency? What do you think is going to happen to their market? What do you think is going to happen to the quality of life in Europe? I mean, I really feel sorry for everyone who's going to be in Europe this winter because, I mean, good Lord, I bet you'll start to see a lot of articles about people burning coal. Yeah, so for clean energy, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be May.
But coal is cheap. Coal is cheap.
Well, was that reduction in the 2 degrees target for the world, and we're supposed to be reducing our climate emissions, but those emissions, but
parity.
The only thing,
parity. I already got Wells Fargo, Danske Bank. I didn't get. Yeah, they're targeting parity. Those two.
1.000.
Dude, I do not know if anyone. There's going to be quite a few more people just openly talking about euro dollar parity again, because again, if the Bank of Japan hikes their rates and everyone's like, what is the ECB going to do? And the ECB does like a little something, a little 25 basis point thing. It's going to go below parity at that point. Like parity is like your high range, like your upper range target.
Now, also, your dollar is getting scrutinized no matter how they flip it, because they're not as strong as or big as America, anyways, in terms of size, financial muscles, and everything. So they will always be the little brother. They will always, even though they're bullish on their, even though they're hawkish, Fed is even more hawkish and has way more cash flow going into dollar whenever they are hawkish, more than euro having money flow into their currency whenever they're hawkish at the same time. Why is Joe not streaming?
Oh, I'm on probation right now. I'm on programming probation. I am developing indicators for the IVNFX community. I'm developing strategies so then we can make better trading decisions. And I'm putting all my time pretty much into that and posting outlooks and contributing to communities. I'm not really focused on building up, I'll come on here and talk for an hour, every day, because it's fun hanging out with you, right? But I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and as far as updates for the indicator goes, I just made a 100% speed increase for Wayne's Pivots Pro. It'll load 100% faster now on average. So not only are we going to get more features, the thing's going to load twice as fast onto the screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put so much stuff into this new one. It's
gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. It's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be amazing. Oh my god, I really look forward to it. Mm-hmm.
Burning cold in Poland is his daily routine in the winter. Aka FC Putin.
Yeah.
Didn't Putin? No. Well, someone in Russia, someone in Kremlin says, "Well, we just go. What did they say? They wanted to revoke the Declaration of Independence of Lithuania." And then Lithuania said, "We're going to declare revoking of some other agreements that they had that they want some land back from Russia." So,
wasn't there a conspiracy that Poland was going to invade like a portion that borders Ukraine and like take that from Ukraine? I was hearing some crazy conspiracy about that.
Americans. Not everything you hear in America, Joe, is true.
No, it was from.
Actually, not hear that.
There's
Rafael, can you confirm or deny the conspiracy theory?
No, it came from the Chilean journalist. I forget what his name was, but he goes by Coach Red Pill.
Okay.
And he became popular because people thought he was abducted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one thing someone wanted us to comment on his sell. What do you think about that one? It's pound dollar. I thought it was euro. Okay.
Pound.
So it basically sold 121.77. Somewhere there ish.
121.70. 121.70. Oh, dude, that looks awesome. That looks a lot like that looks awesome. That looks a lot like my euro yen and short and my Aussie dollar short. I mean, understand this. You essentially need to be risk off, like completely at this point right now.
Yeah.
And again, that financial advice, all that jazz, and don't gamble money. Seriously, don't gamble your money. Don't put more risk on trades that you can't, afford to lose. Seriously, just look at the trend right now. It's just dollar strength, Swiss franc strength, yen potential strength. They could have a surprise here for us on Friday.
Everything is strong and everything else is weak.
Yeah, but guess what happens if the Bank of Japan doesn't do anything on Friday? Then you really want to be long dollar yen. You
Yeah.
really want to be long dollar yen. You really want to be, and then all these yen pairs are gonna go kind of haywire because they're getting
Yeah.
short to hell against
Mm.
by dollar funding, but then
Mm.
people are taking them long against yen funding.
Mm.
So the way to really contextualize the currency markets is you have your risk on and your risk off pairs, right? You have
Mm.
dollar, Swissy, yen, and then you have everything else.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And those dollar, Swissy, yen are the three main things that you need to be mostly concerned about because everything else, I mean, generally speaking, if you're going to do FX, you should know a little bit about each country, and that's going to take you a
Mm.
while to learn.
Yep.
But generally speaking, if dollar is up, then all of the dollar pairs will be down, right? And if yen is down, then all of the yen pairs will be up. So this kind of
Mm.
reduces the amount of thinking on your strategy of generally what you got to do.
Mm.
And if, let's say, you just want exposure to yen, then you go ahead and you put on, let's say you have $1,000 account. You want to risk
Mm.
$50 on a long yen trade. You split that $50 up between 5 or 6 pair trades,
Mm.
right? If you're trading just spot FX, right? You're going long Aussie yen, long euro yen, long New Zealand, long pound, long all these currencies against the yen. If your
Mm.
idea is short yen, and then you're doing
Mm.
the opposite, you're short all these currencies against yen in order to go long yen. And in that way,
Mm.
you are diversifying your risk across all these different countries, all these different currency pairs. Again, this is if you're trading spot FX. This is how you achieve exposure to just a single currency and essentially quote unquote hedge out, you diversify out your risk exposure to all these other factors from all these other countries, right?
Mm. Raphael had a response, by the way.
That's Russian. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
That's why you said. That's why you said conspiracy theory and not necessarily truth or something that is
Yeah,
probable and credible.
exactly. So yeah, I mean, like if you got a long yen plan, then you gotta prepare for the long yen plan. You got a short yen plan, you gotta prepare for the short yen plan.
What do you think about a TP on dollar at 113? Sorry, my bad.
Dude, I'm still getting
How far is this then?
I'm still getting notes from institutions saying dollar 105 is still pretty darn high for dollar. So it's just I'm let me just pull up my stats. I mean, we're sitting here at our what is this? This would be M4. Yeah. Let me go ahead and switch this to highs.
But you're not sharing the screen though. You're not giving me a screen either, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll share this screen. Share screen. Share this screen.
Whoops. So pound at 121.5. Okay, fair enough. Also, not gonna wrap your short on 121.5. Okay, not too bad.
Yeah,
Not too
a
bad.
lot of guys are on the ball today, right? Shorting.
Yeah, it's getting there, and it's
Yeah,
also high. It's not a lower low either, so can't complain.
yeah, a
There we
lot
go.
of guys on the ball today. All right, so you can see.
Yes, sir.
So here's the situation as I see it. Here are your probabilities of getting a high between any two pivots. So this 8.9% says that you have an 8.9% historical probability over the last 56 samples over the last 56 years during the month of, what is this, June. Yeah. So this indicator goes back, looks at every single month of June, and it finds out where the top was between which two pivot points. And this says, hey, usually for the month of June, about 8.9% of the time, you get your high between this H2 R2 pivot, which is your target as a bull. Here on the right, we have expected value by seasonality in the table. And this is just a measure of, generally, is a given trading day profitable or not, using the historical seasonal statistics. And it says it's probably going to get choppy, but it's staying positive. I mean, today should be negative, tomorrow should be negative, the day after that should be slightly negative. And then it goes positive, negative, small negative, positive, positive. I mean, these are very small numbers. It's small negatives and small positives. It's all chop. And tomorrow's the only significant value. It's a little negative, but, in environments like this, where you have an incredible amount of momentum, where moves in the markets are being driven by heavy, and by heavy, I mean massive fundamental changes in global macroeconomics, you generally do not want to trade actually a seasonal strategy. So again, these are historical numbers. These are not forward looking. However, understanding how we have performed can help us interpret where we are relative historically. It's not necessarily a forecast, right? This is technically saying we've overshot the median high for the month, right? That's what this orange dotted line right here on the screen is. This thing. That's the weighted average. Yo, Miro, this is your weighted average probability weighted pivot high. So it's a statistic, and this is saying that we are overextended on it. But does this mean that we go down from here? I don't think so, especially after the Fed just hiked 75 basis points. I don't think that at all. I think it's far, far more likely that you at least maintain this level for the rest of the month. I mean, the seasonality at least says you go sideways.
Mhm.
So I don't see an opportunity. At least I don't see a strong reason or a strong outlook of future market expectations for a reason to be short the dollar right now, even into the end of this month. So yeah.
Okay.
That'd be
Can you
dollar.
guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it says the internet is not good, but there we go. Sorry if I'm cutting you off, Joe. Just 2 seconds. Welcome, Miro. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
What kind of news do you have for us, Miro? Right?
I have completed Traders Fund Challenge from after like 2.5 months.
Oh my god!
From a company. Yeah, I don't want to name it, but I've done it. It's over. It was very hard. It was on a second try actually, and yeah, it's a big relief. Finally.
Dude, congratulations.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, but I think I'll be doing it again. But this time it's it's so relieving that I have done once that I'm so sure I can do it more times. And yeah, I just don't know what to say about it. It just yeah,
It sounds traumatic,
it's
by the way.
it is it is. There's a lot of emotions behind it. It was like a roller coaster
Uh-huh.
because the higher you go with a goal, the more greedy you can get very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, for me, as a
Mm-hmm.
somebody who has not ever seen so much money, the higher you go, the more greedy you can get. So like discipline is like the number one thing, the most important
Mm.
thing there is. And
Mm.
I don't think that's something I can just tell you because it's been told to me so many times, but it's just something everyone needs to experience to learn
Mm.
from.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, only positive experiences from that one.
Mm. My people are really happy for you. I'm really happy for you. I know I don't know the complete struggle you have been through, but I know some of it. So I'm really proud of you. I think one of the reasons as well why I want to bring you on here is also because you have used some of my strategy as far as I know.
hmm
You have
Yeah.
tried to implement what I teach. So it's kind of like I feel like there's a small feather in my hat for helping you out. I'm not taking any credit. I'm just saying there's like a millimeter there that
Um,
that has
like
helped you in the right direction at least.
Mind summarizing your methodology?
mm, so event part wasn't so it was actually
He
pretty
deserves
big.
more credit than he's thinking he deserves.
Eh, well, actually, a lot more because it's not about the strategy. Well, yeah, to some extent, but I use your strategy to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
Mm-hmm.
about half and half for just support resistance and like understanding markets. But the most massive part uh, you are not even realizing is that you are teaching people fundamentals and like the overall. It's not just pivot points, well, because pivot point is like I would say 30% of the whole strategy that you can use that you are teaching that you are not even realizing. It's about uh, looking at the market as a whole, really understanding about fundamentals and why are pairs moving, why they are moving, what can really like move the price in this situation because like you know situation in like Euro USD 2 months ago was so different from situation and like environment it is right now that you just need to know you need to understand in what environment you are right now and you just need
Mm-hmm.
to be flexible. But so pivot points, I used support and resistance and fundamentals, and I think with this strategy, I can. I'm pretty confident I can trade pretty much everything because this just purely price action. Pivot points are really great for telling you what are your targets and possible buy zones, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to really also understand pivot point because they're not so easy. They look easy, but you really need to trade with them for quite some time to really understand them. Because,
Mm-hmm.
for example, I really thought at the beginning, like the buy zone, like the central pivot, is a single pip that you have to buy or sell from.
Yeah,
It is
okay,
not like
yeah.
that. It is you have to trade like area, and you might have
Mm-hmm.
said it, but it was like I didn't really care. I guess I just wanted to hear what I wanted to hear, and I put so many trades like to the pip on M3 and M2 on buys and sells, and it was terrible. I'm not so terrible, but it could have been a lot better.
Yep.
So if you treat it
Yep.
like area, it's okay. And yeah, going back to the strategy, it's pretty much price action. When spinning pivot points for telling me targets and where should I go enter to the trade, pretty much. And also your understanding on fundamentals, because without your knowledge, I don't think I would ever could have trade like I'm training now. I would say fundamentals are a big part of this, because price action isn't that hard to learn, because price action can be very objective, which is pretty easy to learn, but you have to learn still it. But fundamentals are, I think, even bigger part of it.
Yeah.
So like just constantly watching your streams and learning. You have a, a lot bigger wrong in this than you think. A lot bigger. Yeah, so thank you.
Is Mirror from Slovakia?
Yeah, I am.
Said you should try it. I don't know how to say it. Was that right? Was that the right way of saying it? By the way.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Yeah, you are. I guess it was a fellow Slovakian, because you only know that you're from
Shit.
Slovakia if you are fellow Slovakian. But yeah. So did you use any seasonality at all in it?
Yes, it is part of my fundamental strategy. It is just one piece of the strategy, but it is a needed piece. Because of seasonality, I would say in these very volatile markets, seasonality can be overseen, but you need to put it in the context, because you know when you are if you are saying right now Euro USD seasonality is negative and it should fall. I mean, it is falling, but if you are just going all in on Euro USD short, and there will be suddenly some dovishness from Fed, and Mr. Lagarde just basically will tell us that they will put interest rates into like 3% territory, like so much more than it is now. And then yes, obviously it will shoot up, but it is. I think when the volatility will be high, but not so high it can be, then seasonality will be a big part of the puzzle. And I'm just mentioning that because some people can trade it like it's a must. If seasonality tells you it's supposed to go up, then it will go up, and it's not like that, I think. But in the like highest volatility markets, but once the volatility cools down just a little bit, so it's still high but not so high, then seasonality is part of the puzzle. And yeah, I was using it basically all the time.
Well, yes, I do know, Joe, that I don't take credit where credit is due. Maybe that's part of me that is like, I don't like taking credit for other people's work, because it's your work, Miro. I didn't do it. I might have helped you. I might have put you in the right direction. But for me, I am, well, maybe I should be more proud of what is happening in these streams and what is happening with what kind of knowledge I do put out there. So this is definitely a confidence boost more than anything else. That whatever we are doing here is working also for other people. I know it does work, but it's not like people are coming to me every day and it's like, Ivan, you are the best every day, like all the time. I'm not like, and then maybe positivity for not like positive feedback for me. I can do, oh yeah, thank you, and then I will move on. So this is really, well, it's not emotional for me, but it touches me very deeply that you have passed the challenge using at least 50% of using my strategy. So yeah, but all kudos to you for pulling it through. You did the work, but so I'm happy. I'm happy for you, mate. Um, and I hope that you will continue using some of my strategy at least, and who said that it was TK? No, MBT says the hardest part is actually doing it live. But anyways, we'll still be supporting you anyways. So currently, right now, you're not trading anything. You're just
Yeah, I'm just
leaving
chilling
that
for now
alone. Just chilling for now. Okay.
for a few days.
For a few days, so you can so you can get back on your feet. By the way, people, I do hear that in Miro, but I also feel like I've been through a thunderstorm yesterday. So today I feel like I don't know what you call it, Joe. The day after the party when you are a bit you've been drinking
Hungover.
the previous day. What do you call that day?
Call it a hangover.
Is it yeah? It's a hangover. The only problem from yesterday's stream, because it takes I don't know about you guys, but it takes a lot of energy to pull that off. By the way, it's not as easy as you guys might not understand. So for me to have Joe and Mira here today is actually helping me to recover a bit. But so we can pull it together. Is there anything that you're looking at today, Mira? Is like, or everything is just flat down, don't thinking at all?
I'm just pretty much chilling and looking at DXI, having fun from it. It's flying sky high, and I'm just looking at it, and I would not want to trade it right now. Actually, that's just my gut feeling that
Mm-hmm.
I don't wanna go to any. I don't wanna enter any USD trades. I was actually pretty surprised because I was showing Harold yesterday night my trading log from MT5 and from the challenge, and
Yeah.
uh, the best trades I have had, there is no USD pair in it. The worst
Wow.
trades I was in every single one of them, there was USD pair. It's just kind of
So what
funny.
was the best one then?
I think it was. I'll check it out. I think it was Euro pound, maybe. I'll check it
Mm,
out. I think it was some Euro pairs.
okay.
So the best
But
one
even euro
was,
pound.
yeah, Euro pound was the best one. Then was Euro cat. Then pound, JPY, US oil, which was your signal, by the way, the US oil, and CVC, JPY. Yeah, just JPY.
Yeah. So
Weekends
that's
and
why you bought that one. I can't remember the price though, but it was somewhere in this bullish trend. Was it 134? No. I feel like it's somewhere
I
here
no,
though, but
I took your US oil signal, but
okay.
about CVC. I think it was on my own, but pretty much
Yeah,
if you would have bought it
it wasn't my
at any point, you would be in profits.
Yeah, I would never give you a twisty yen signal, no matter how you flip and turn me. But I know you bought it at some kind of Monday. That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh, Adu says kudos to Miro. Cyril says I did not do the work, but he guided me on the correct path, and he's part of my mentorship. Raphael says you're a pound. Ha! Now, do we need to promote him, Joe, to like to be the Euro Pound expert because he passed the challenge of Euro Pound?
Man.
It actually
Should
made me.
we? I don't know. Well, the thing is, Mike, this is what I see on Euro Pound. I think this is the best visual representation I've ever gotten on Euro Pound. Right?
Oh my god.
It's yeah, that is what it is. Yes,
But
Miro. How do you
it it do-
how do you justify that?
it is very easy. Look at daily.
Okay. Okay.
It made the double bottom. It made a higher high, a higher low on the support. I just bought it. That's it.
Okay, so the secret sauce to trading euro pound is just buy it. Okay.
Just it was pretty much only fundamentally based. It was, I think, maybe when they were, I don't know, there was some news involved in that. I don't
Was it this
remember
week?
exactly. No, I think it was somewhere. Actually,
Yeah,
I can check it. It was
because this candle is when they came out with negative GDP reading for month over month earlier this week. But yeah, Adu in the meantime says to you, Ivan. I say thank you for being a great teacher. You are you, my friend, are a maestro. Maestro.
I actually
Thank you
have
very much, Adu.
I actually have two trades, and the most recent one was on the 7th of June. At the bottom of it, like it was 0.85 on the dot.
Okay, I was spot on actually,
So
by the way.
yeah, so I bought it and I took profit. Let me check it actually.
Do you know where you put your stop loss?
Uh, 0.8380.
0.83.
80. So it was a little bit aggressive. I could put it a little bit more down, but I was watching it constantly. So I was pretty much just managing. Like I knew what is happening. If it went below that, then yeah, that would be over. But that was just before big news, so you can see the spike clearly. And yeah, it was basically just timed on support before expecting good news.
Yeah.
But it was at a support, nice, pretty nice price action level, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Up and down, as I call it. But
But I was yeah, but I would not take this trade particularly if I were to leave it and just set it and leave it. I would have to constantly watch it,
yeah.
like
Okay.
every hour or so. What's
Yeah.
happening there?
What am I gonna do with stream tonight now? Let's see. Just gonna do one thing here. Steve says, "What can you share your thoughts on USD Swiss?" And I think that is referred to me or us as of general. Joe, what is the probabilities here? Is there any
I'm just looking at
lows
it on a
next
1
week?
hour, dude.
Huh?
I'm just looking at this thing at a 1 hour,
Okay.
and
Yeah. Sell. That's what they're gonna do. Well, it's definitely made a new lower low though, so it's definitely broken the uptrend.
historically,
Take profit.
tomorrow is the most negative trading day seasonally by expected value. Historically,
Okay, so it should fall. Generally, should fall more tomorrow.
well,
so
if
you
it's
get a high
bearish
today,
already and the momentum's bearish, the likelihood that it's just continues that's just the momentum kicking in, right? Negative returns follow negative returns, positive returns follow positive returns, and now you have a seasonal factor here that's quite negative.
By the way,
So
look at the weekly pivots.
yeah. Yeah, when we opened the week,
bearish.
there is only a 10%
Yeah.
10%
No,
historical
bullshit.
probability that the low came in above central pivot for the week. So, the fact that we're now all the way down here to central pivot, I mean, you combine that just with the S&B stuff, and it's no surprise that we're at this area.
Well,
Next
that's a small kudos to the pivot points though. Spot on the target, and then straight back down to central pivot, and that's a target. And rest is done.
I actually never seen something like
Hey.
this.
Get this: the probability weighted pivot high for this week was at 1 flat.
It was actually
It was at 1.
what happened as well.
The weighted probability high was at 1 flat.
And I know I said we were going to 1 at some point. I cannot remember when that was. That we were going to 1, but I do remember at some point in here that we were going to 1. But sorry, here. Break up that one. But
I do got one
I don't
more.
know. I didn't take that
interesting
one, so I don't know.
For dollar Swissy for next week. 55% of your highs next week occur between the pivots, historically have occurred between the pivots of M3 and R1. So
I'm just gonna end that.
what does that typically set you up for? It sets you up for a bearish range trade entry.
Something
There is
like
also a very
Yeah.
nice double top.
Oh, and it'll be a lower high.
that. Yeah, you said
it'll-
between.
Yeah, M3 and R1.
Yeah. Okay. There.
55% of highs historically over the last 20 years have occurred between those two pivot points
Yeah.
next week.
Just gonna double check.
It's nice having the stats, man. It keeps you on top of things. You don't have to, like, I'm not saying you don't have to think, but I'm saying it makes you do a whole lot less having to guesstimate things, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna double check something here. That was when is that? That is 16th of June. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Definitely supposed to peak a bit around 16th. What is the trade? What is the date today? Anyone? Who's the first one to look at the calendar? Today is the 16th. So Season X also it's not a big peak, but it screams a small peak that we should fall from now until end of or towards the end of June at least. So a good time to peak and a good time to look for more shorts. Correct, TK. Correct. 16th today.
First of all, I look at the daily, and it's pretty clear. It is pretty clear what's happening there.
Yeah, that's a double top as well. It's just a double top, a double top, a double top. More than anything else. We have to run around because I have a meeting in 7 minutes. Any hot advice, hot topics, hot things that you guys are want to say is yeah. Do you have any hot topics, any hot advice for people? Any pairs you're looking for, anything that you were like that is important to know? Go ahead, Miro.
I would say only thing is be careful. There is a high volatility right now. You have to check your trades more often than before. Any news can just blow your account if you don't have stop loss. So that is pretty harsh.
Yeah. Joe.
Commodities are going to be the future for the meantime.
Okay.
So
they're still gonna rise, eh?
Yeah, if you're gonna do risk on stuff, ideally those trades in the future, I generally the expectation from the stuff I'm seeing is that Aussie, New Zealand, CAD are going to be the big ones. And man, commodities are probably going to be in a super cycle here for the 2020s. Yeah.
We have a BOE at 2 p.m. That is in 2 hours. I don't think I will be streaming then. Any expectations for that? Only to note that we had negative reading on GDP. From pound we have I can't remember what the inflation is right now in UK, but it's pretty high as well. Market has currently priced in 25 rate hike. Do you think they were going to surprise?
I'm sitting on a pretty penny now. Jeez, things are moving.
Inflation rate is 9% in UK.
You know,
So it's
I
even
took
higher than America.
I did take a meme trade. I went long dollar yuan.
Okay.
You know, you get no leverage on it. Literally zero,
Yeah.
no leverage. But remember in the last show I said, you know, it's important that we watch dollar yuan because that'll be kind of a direct indicator of risk on, risk off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went ahead and I was like, you know, I think we're going to get a little bit of risk off. So I'm just going to go ahead and long dollar yuan here and check that out. USD CNH. And
USD CNH.
Yeah, and it's just kind of sitting in this range right now between 664 and what's that, 680?
72.
Oh, I'm looking at it daily, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
680 is the peak, yeah.
Yeah, up on this chart is bad. Down on this chart is good. If you want an easy macroeconomic view of things, this chart up is bad. This chart down is good. Yeah. And we'll probably hit 7 in, you know, in the third, fourth quarter. Yeah. And man, if you can actually find an exchange that'll give you leverage on this, trading the yuan can be quite a lucrative experience.
Yeah. It's probably send a message to Joe so you can also also trade it, but more than anything else. Thank you guys for joining in today. I have 3 minutes after my meeting. Thank you guys for joining in. It was very pleasurable to have both of you on.
Congrats, Miro.
Congrats, Miro. And all of those of you who has been here today. I will try to do another live stream later on today. I can't guarantee anything, but so far so good. Joe made money this morning. I haven't got my entry yet, and Miro is fat as a pancake like me, so we're still recovering.
Yeah, I got 7 positions to watch here, man. This is going to be an interesting night.
Until next time, people, have a good day.
Peace. Boom. Don't forget the boom.
Boom.